Hey guys, what is going on? I'm the Dog, and welcome back to more Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. There are shredders here, and I do not like them. Because they are flying plants that explode. Who likes flying plants that explode? I mean, honestly. They're just, everything's out to get me on this planet. Alright, so last time we got here into the sort of entrance area of the Torvus Bog, and both these doors up here are blocked off, so what we want to do is go underwater here. Couple things of note underwater is if we go back here under the land above where we were just standing, there's some venom weed here, which we saw in Metroid Prime 1 as well, but it's not a logbook scan in this game, because you only see it in, like, 2 places. There's a missile expansion up there, but we can't get to it. Because you might be noticing here, we kind of move like shit in the water, honestly. I mean, we are really slow down here. These are these little hidling enemies that we scanned last episode. They're actually a really good type of enemy to... because they appear in large swarms and die in one hit. They're actually a really good enemy to kill to restock on health and ammo, particularly beam ammo. You know, hit them with the opposite beam to get more ammo for the other beam. There's some more of them in this room, so I'm going to show that off. Try to get some more light beam ammo. See? See? The ammo is just spraying out, and that sounds really kind of gross. I don't really want to think about things spraying, because that's just not a word with pleasant connotations, you know? But see, there we go. We got all our ammo for the light beam back, and most of our dark beam. So that is pretty nice. Roll under this thing. Not only are we really slow, but we also can't jump very high. See, we had to do a space jump just to get off those little platforms. There's a missile expansion over there that we can't get to, and some Luminoff lore that we can't scan because it's green. We can't scan green things yet. Oh boy, this room. There's another new type of enemy in this room. There's a bridge that is scannable. Remains intact. So, why is it even scannable? We can't do anything with it. I don't like these enemies. And you should not like them too. I don't know. These are shriekers. They're sort of similar to shredders in that they're flying plants. But these, they're crazy. You guys can hear better than I can, since I have the TV volume on low so I don't get the game audio recorded in the microphone. I can't hear their sounds too well. Which I think is kind of a good thing in the case of shriekers, because their high-pitched little squeal is kind of annoying. But they, as you can see, are rather hard to hit with the way they just sort of warp around. But, you can kill them eventually. Where are they? Grrr. Come on. Come on, you... you made me lose my charge beam. Come on. They just... No, that one's... I don't know. Screw it. I'm just leaving them alone. This thing here is a research entry, so be sure to scan one of these. There are other places, too. It's not just this room. It's a Luminoff Sentinel crystal. They are basically little security cameras. Hey! You! Did that kill him? I think that hit him. But I don't know if it killed him. There were 3 of them, and we've only killed 1, assuming that one didn't die. Where are you? There we go, we killed another. Yeah, there's still 1 more. Ah! Aha! I gotcha! Old bastard. Up there's a little panel to scan, but we can't scan it from down here, and a block made of densium. Here, there's a missile door. Oops. Crap, I fell down in there. Yeah, I can't jump up to that horribly high platform from the water. Wait a minute. Okay. I think I might be doing things a little... You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna turn around. Well, this room just leads back to the room we were originally in and allows us to deactivate those gates. But there are other better things for us to do first, like go to the temple. That is green text, so we can't do anything about it. No, I'm not colorblind and need to scan everything to find out what color it is. I just, OCD. Oh, wait. Okay, I was mistaken. We do need to go back through that little morph ball tunnel room, which was called the portal chamber. Don't ask why I remember all these room names, I just do. For instance, right now, we are in the Great Bridge. Oh, I've played this game too much, haven't I? I just remember random trivia about games I play, and then of course, I can't remember anything important, like chores I'm supposed to do, and, you know, math formulas and Chinese characters. I'm taking Chinese at school. It's pretty interesting, but pretty hard. Anyway. This is probably not the best time to ramble about foreign language classes. So, Metroid Prime 2. We have raised this bridge up, deactivated the gates. There's a light beam door, we could save, you could do that if you needed to. I'm not going to, since this is an LP, so that probably would just get annoying, saving excessively. Even though I probably would do that if it wasn't an LP. So many shredders! If only we had more Ninja Turtles. Okay. Enough references to things that were before my time. Oh, actually, when I was growing up, the 2003 Ninja Turtles show was on, but I never watched it. I didn't watch very much TV when I was younger. But anyway, here's a new enemy. We actually saw these. We actually caught a glimpse of corpses of these things in the temple grounds, if you'll remember. I kind of hinted at that. But this is... I call them Grinchlers. I think I heard someone say Grinkler once, but I say Grinchler. Water-based reptilian predator, speaking of turtles. Actually, this is sort of a reverse of a turtle, because it, is vulnerable on its back and protected everywhere else, instead of the other way around, where a turtle has the shell that's thickest on its back. Also scan those bloat sacks, they're not important at all, you can't do anything with them, but they're research entries, so go figure. So these Grinchlers, you've probably noticed they're like shooting electricity at us. As I've said before, everything in this game has an energy blast. I think it's kind of weird that every single enemy has to be able to fire some sort of burst of energy. I mean, just why? I mean, with these guys, I guess, how else are they going to give them a ranged attack if they don't have the, like... These guys are basically just like this game's version of baby Sheegoths from Metroid Prime 1, albeit encountered a little bit later in the game, so they are a bit tougher. But you can see they basically behaved in the same way. And the Sheegoths could shoot freezing air, and these guys don't have that advantage, so they gotta give them a ranged attack somehow to make them more dangerous. I just think it's kind of silly that everything can fire a burst of energy. It's especially with just smaller things like war wasps. Why can't they just like shoot venom? So that bridge is movable, but we can't really do anything about it from here. So we're gonna platform on up, because that is just what we like to do in this game. We just like to platform. This bomb slot is in a state of dimensional flux. There's only like 3 or 4 things that we see in this game that are like that. But that's one of them. There's a missile expansion over there, but we can't get to it. Only thing we gotta do is go through this dark portal. Or I mean, like, only thing we have left to do, I guess. It's not the only thing we have to do, because after we go through it, there'll be tons more stuff to do. I just rambled. Don't mind. Alright! Here we are. This is our first experience with the Dark Torvus Bog. So not a very exciting map we have there, but there are several new scans in this room. Well, okay, this bridge isn't a logbook scan, but I see at least 2 things that are research entries. So that's activated by that bomb slot that was in Flux. This is a Dark Sentinel crystal, which is not, as you would expect, a sort of evil, Ing-possessed version of the Sentinel crystals. It's actually still broadcasting to Umos. But it's, bleh, what am I saying here? It's just built to survive in dark ether. And these things over here are kind of neat. These are just like this area's equivalent of blade pods. These are Ing-sphere caches, except they apparently don't just wrap themselves around items. They, actually have a dimensional pocket that is somehow opened by destroying them. Yeah, that doesn't sound like an excuse for having just another type of container at all, does it? They have one of those in... God damn it. have one of those sort of unique container types in just about every area. In Dark Ether. And Light, actually. But anyway, there we go. There's that bridge rotated, and we have that little sort of ghost image to show that it rotates in Light Ether as well. Is there going to be new enemies here? I think there is. There are. I don't know. Now the bridge is locked in place. Oh! Actually, there's a new scan down here as well. This is a dark flogus, or flogus, I guess. I call it a flogus. It's a carnivorous plant that lives in water, and since this is on Dark Ether, it's a dark version that survives on Dark Ether. It's basically just like the puddle spores from Metroid Prime 1. I guess that's one criticism you could say of this game, is that it does kind of recycle enemy designs from the first game. So this thing basically is just, if you fall or drop down here, you can use it to make a platform to get back up. Because then it's gonna... Yeah. That is not a door we can get through. So I'm just gonna destroy these ing spheres. And then... Actually, what we want to do is jump over here. Gives me all your health power-ups. Jump up these sort of plant or fungus things, whatever they are, and go back to the light world. And phew! These sound effects, I don't know. It's filler because we've got this sort of long drawn-out cutscene every time. That is sort of an annoyance I have with this game. That's just a small pet peeve. Now here's where there are new enemies. They're in the light world, not the dark world. That's probably a good Whoa! Hello! This is a Dark Pirate Commando, and I freaking hate these guys. Oh my god. Being prized with few pirate commandos, they manage to take a lot. If only Huntering are allowed to possess the commandos, and the competition for that right is fierce among them. The Huntering ability to phase out of local time-space carries over to the Dark Pirate Commando. They will fire bursts of dark matter at enemies, along with experimental EMP grenades stolen from the space pirates. Wow, that was some fast talking there. These guys are freaking annoying, and you want to use your light beam all you can on these guys. Just don't worry about ammo. You want to kill them fast. I hate them. I really... Oh! An EMP grenade went off near us. Not near enough for us to actually take damage from it, but it's still... There we go. It took damage from that one. Still enough to screw up our screen. These guys, I don't know if they do it in this first encounter, but in... There are a few little visual hints. Especially if you catch them on fire, you can catch some little clues of where they're going to warp to next. But it's just so hard to keep track of them. But in other areas where you encounter them, or in this same room if you encounter them later, they'll actually just leave if you take too long to kill them. So you don't necessarily need to fight them, but they sometimes lock the doors, as you can see there, so that makes them especially annoying. I should probably just be charging up a shot here. Oh, the music stopped. Yeah, they just warp away. They are such jerks. We haven't even killed one yet, because that was a sucky first battle against them. I really hate those guys. And there are regular pirate commandos, you know, not non-dark possessed ones, that we'll encounter in not too long. But they're not nearly as annoying as the dark ones, because they can't warp. But they do have an ability the dark ones don't. So anyway, there's a missile expansion, bring us up to 55 missiles. Come on. Blue Falcon. There's also a missile expansion back there. How interesting. And here's... Oh, we can kind of scan it through the wall, but I might as well just wait till we actually see one, which is right here. This is a Sporb. They're annoying. They're little carnivorous plants, also. Lots of plant enemies in this area. They're not a threat, really, when you're in your normal biped mode, but when you go into Morph Ball, they think you're a tasty treat, and will start doing that. Shooting that little thingy at you to try to grab you. Or, sometimes they can fire needles at you, which can knock you off platforms, so that's annoying. And then you can, unmorph ball and kill them with beams. They're especially weak to dark beam, but, they usually retract back into their thingy, so they're hard to hit. Anyway, that's a grapple beam point, but we can't use it, so we can't get to that missile expansion. That's a little transporty thingy for if we want to go back through this room the other way. Here we are up on this higher section of the Great Bridge. Power restored to kinetic orb cannon. So now, over there, we can use said kinetic orb cannon. And it will send us, as the handily panning camera showed, up onto the bridge. And there we go. And here's some shriek bats. I didn't kill the last one. Had the most emphasis put on it. Come on. Alright, so here we are in this little transport room. Here's some things that we can scan. They're just statues of Luminoff. That's a little grating that we can destroy. Actually, yeah, since we have that kinetic orb cannon as a shortcut, we might as well do this now, because you probably noticed this earlier. There's an energy tank right up in this tunnel. So there we go. More energy for us. Always a good thing. And now we can come back out to the Great Bridge and ride the kinetic orb cannon up again. A continuing problem with all the Metroid Prime games is how long it takes for rooms to load. I have taken damage from that before, but I don't think it's ever killed me. Not recently. It may have in the past, actually, when I was younger. Not as good at the games. But in my practice runs or LPs recently, it has not. Anyway, let's dark beam this door. This is scannable, but it's just a security system. Come on, there we go. And here, in this temple, we have a bit of a battle against some space pirates, as we can see from these guys coming in on this skiff. These guys coming in on this skiff, I don't know. Kill that one. Where'd the other go? Oh, there's arrow troopers. Crap. You die now to missiles. Let's try using the dark beam on you. It can be a little hard to hit these guys with other beams compared to the power beam or missiles, but they're still, you know, pretty potent if you can do it, because the dark beam, as you can see, kind of freezes enemies and makes them vulnerable to missiles, just like the ice beam in Metroid Prime 1. So it's really effective against light world enemies. One-shot those regular space pirates. The light beam is also pretty good since it can catch them on fire, but it's better against dark world stuff. I've explained all this before, but you know, just a refresher, seeing the dark beam in action a bit. These guys die pretty quickly when we use it. Huh, not what that guy didn't get one-shotted. I think, oh, no, that's it. Okay, that wasn't too long. Oh, hell yes. Super missiles! Oh, yeah! Boom! You fire that missile, Samus. These things are awesome. We know this from Metroid Prime 1. If you saw my LP of that, which you probably didn't. But super missiles are so good. They're something that I'll use a lot on bosses, especially ones that are only vulnerable on certain times, so you want to do as much damage per shot as possible. This is another lore that we can't scan. Actually, I'm not sure that that's even a lore. That might be an elevator. Activating an elevator, because there is an elevator going down in the middle of the room there. But yeah, super missiles are really, really useful against bosses. Here we can show one off against this incredibly menacing door, and I just activated the elevator and accidentally sent it down behind me. I didn't know you could even do that. Here's another one of these things that is each its own scan for some reason. They all have the exact same information, except it changes between Torvus and Agon and the other area. Ugh. It's weird, my mic has a light on it that is supposed to be on when the mic is on, but it's not being on lately for some reason, even though I'm still getting the audio fine. Weird. B-Stz! The great hero of Torvus! Ah, B-Stz! Good old B-Stz! Single-handedly killing the Ing-Horde warchief in battle. He died of old age within the temple he helped defend. Well, isn't that nice? So here's the energy controller, and just, oops, didn't mean to hit Z there. Just like last time, there's a dead Luminoff here. Require incredible stamina and psychic durability to resist Ing possession attempts. Or he could have had something with the same technology as the energy transfer module, but apparently not. But anyway, he's left a message for us, just like the last one. Or she, we can't really tell. Oh, don't you cross your arms at me. A great warrior comes to the Temple of Torvus. May you succeed where I failed. I am Avok, the last sentinel of this temple. Heed my words carefully. As you can see, this temple has been crippled by the ravages of war. War never changes. While the main chamber has been mostly preserved, the remainder of the temple has been flooded. You must use your abilities to venture into these flooded areas and find the keys you need to enter the Dark Temple. The waters of Dark Ether are foul and venomous. Avoid them if you can. I have updated your translator module. You can access devices and doors coded with emerald holograms. Search the area is now open to you. The Ing will seek your light with great zeal. Do not underestimate them. The time for talk is over. Good hunting, and may the light of ether guide your aim. Okay. We have been wished good hunting. We can now scan the green Luminoth lore, such as this one here. I might as well just do that right now. It's one of these conflict scans. In time, we created machines to open rifts to our enemy's world. Volunteer scouts went through the rifts and found a twisted world, harsh and poisonous, a dark ether. They discovered that this world held the missing half of our planet's energy. They also saw the true face of the enemy, a race we came to call Ing, meaning terror. Our scouts could not survive long on the surface of dark ether, so venomous was its air. Still, we vowed to return. We prepared for war. Which, once again, never changes. But okay, now that we've done that, it's probably time to end off the episode. Next time, we will continue exploring the Torvus Bog, using our new ability to scan green holograms and our new super missile. Yes, there is something else. We're actually going to leave the Torvus Bog in the middle to go get a power-up from a different area, but we still have to do other things first before we do that. Long jump time! I'm the Nuffer Dog, and I will see you guys next time! Ow. There's no fall damage in this game.